Alright, let's make a crafting video. So, it's always fun to do a crafting video, and it's kind of an unspoken thing. There's fun to crafting things solo-wise. That it's great. It's fun to get lost in. Making cards, RPG cards. Iron Sworn has a lot of those cards. I really got into a whole rhythm of cutting them out and laminating them. And, same with Advanced Hero Quest and their cards and all that. So here, there's a whole bunch of cool little crafting I could do from Star Frontiers. Primarily, not necessarily Nighthawks, but the Alpha Dawn, which is like the basic rule set. But they have some more of these in the back of this, I believe. So here you look at all these. You get all sorts of animals, alien animals, alien NPCs, humanoid NPCs, police, tokens, and instead of cutting them out of the book, this book that I got through Drive-Thru RPG, had all these, came with a PDF with this to print out, which is correct the size. Now, my method is I was going to use poster board because it's cheap, and you could still use poster board for the backings of these, but I bought some cardstock, which works just as well. Not cardstock, but it's watercolor paper, but it's pretty much cardstock, but it's kind of a little bit rougher. So you can use cardstock as well. This is watercolor paper that I have from doing watercolors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Elmer's glue, because usually they say use a glue stick, but all the glue sticks I've been buying are either too cheap or they just don't stick good enough. So this good old Elmer's glue, multi-purpose glue, is going to do the job. And what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to glue it on the cardstock, and I'm going to put it in the book for it to compress and spread out a little bit better. And then I'm going to cut straight across, up and down. Now I could use, for a more accurate cut, one of those cutters. And I could do that, and I might do that. But, yeah, so I have to find it, though. It has to match up perfectly where I can eyeball it with the scissors, and it's no big deal. Either way, whether you do it with scissors or slicer, it'll work. So let me do the first honors here, the first step. Always make sure that's the dry plug is off there. I'll be kind of fast about it. Now, chances are this will give me some good wrinkles. That's why I'm putting it in the book, to kind of flatten it out a bit. So let's see what happens with this. Alright. I know there's people out there screaming, "You're doing it wrong! Do it with a glue stick, man!" Well, all the glue sticks have stunk. Maybe I gotta get a more expensive glue stick. Spread this out as much as I can. Yeah, there's going to be some loose ones. That's okay, I'll just redo some of the loose ones that didn't get the glue. So that's pretty good. There. Again, they're going to be a tad bit wrinkly, but I don't care. If you don't care about the wrinkle tokens, I'd say it's all good. Don't worry about it. But some people swear by using glue stick. Captain Courageous has a good video on this. Probably doing it that way, but I'm doing it my way, darn it. I'm going to put it in this Nighthawk's book. I'll put it in the back. By the way, it's got a pretty good space map. Space grid there. Alright, so here we go. Put it back there. And I'll wait. And I'll meet you guys back here in about, 10 minutes or so. Let that weight settle in. Okay. I put a little extra weight on the book. Just to weigh it, add more pressure to the page and the glue and all that. So let's take this off. Alright. Take this out. And let's try do the bottom. Since that's probably the weakest, I'm going to have to probably re-glue some of these. And some scissors. Again, just good for focusing in on something. Not thinking about anything else, just what you're doing. Staying focused. Alright. Nice and calm, peaceful. Your body feels like it's accomplishing something somewhat important. Even though it's not really important. Yeah, it's a nice, slow, methodical way of doing this. I could use the slicer, but that might lead to some frustration. This, I know what I'm dealing with. What do we have here? We have a Lazabayan, and then these are Vrusks. Yeah, let's cut this sucker. Boom. And that is how we do that. And that's on there pretty good. Again, if it's a little weak, I'll put some glue on it. And I'll put them, well, where am I going to put all these suckers? Maybe one of these, but I'm running out of room for one of these. By the way, you can get these at Michael's. These are great for storing tokens that you need for a session. If you're going over somebody's house, tokens that you need for the monsters and NPCs right there. So we'll see what I get for these. Looking forward to playing Star Frontiers eventually. And but that's on there pretty good, and it's got, let me see if I can find the, let's see here. See, they're too big for these, so they are more for, here we go, something like this. This is more to scale. See, they fit on there pretty good. Let's move them around. There we go. Alright, so maybe I'll show you in a post or something how all these turned out. Thanks for watching. Keep solo questing. And keep solo crafting too, because there's a lot of peace in it and tranquility, and it's fun to craft for your solo games. So, about, I don't know, an hour later, maybe, this is what I got. Now, what the heck am I going to do? How am I going to store these bad boys? Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or something like that, or a dollar store. I'm going to buy this bad boy. That's right. And I'm going to use my magic powers here. And Abrapudinicus. Ta-da! There we go. Fits in there. Now I had to make some dividers with my watercolor board. See, so that I can split them up a little bit there. It's not. It's very crude way of doing it, but it helps a little bit. Divide them up so the next will mix together. I'm sure there's a better way of doing that, but there we go. Only $1. Get this $1 at Hobby Lobby. So I'm not even getting paid for that endorsement. So there you go. Let me know what you might want to see crafted next. I'm looking at doing some more crafting videos with mostly with cardstock and poster board kind of materials, but I got some interesting crafting videos in the pipeline here and there. So thanks for watching. Keep on solo questing and keep organized as a solo quester, and keep crafting. Solo crafting.